Hi everybody. Once again I am continuing with class 9 mathematics, chapter polynomials, exercise 2.5. In the previous class I have done up to question number 13. So I am here to continue with question number 14. Question number 14 is, without actually calculating the cubes, find the value of each of the following. Without actual calculation, find the value of the following questions. Question number 1. Minus 12 cube plus 7 cube plus 5 cube. I repeat, the question is without actually taking out the cube and adding them. That is not to everybody. But here the task is, without doing individual cube, you have to find the answer of this question. Look at this question. It is in the form of a cube plus b cube plus c cube. We know that we have no identity for symbol a cube plus b cube plus c cube, but we have one identity for a cube plus b cube plus c cube along with a condition. What is that? The last identity. If a plus b plus c is equal to 0, then a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc. So this is the application of that identity. So remember, a cube plus b cube plus c cube will be equal to 3abc if a plus b plus c equal to 0. So the first thing that we have to do here is to check whether a plus b plus c is equal to 0 or not. So here I begin. Here a means minus 12 plus b means 7 plus c means 5. So here a plus b plus c is equal to minus 12 plus 7 plus 5 12, 12 plus minus 12 0. Therefore, by identity, by using the last identity we can say, or you can mention the identity also. By identity, if a plus b plus c is equal to 0, then a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc. Now we are using the same identity here. So a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc, means 3 into minus 12 into 7 into 5. Okay. Seven into 5, 35, 35 into 3, 105, 105 into 12. And the sign is minus. So answer minus 1260. The answer is minus 1260. I hope you got it. So in order to solve this type of question, first of all you have to find the value of a plus b plus c. Only a plus b plus c. And if the answer is 0, then we will use this identity, and using that identity you have to do only one thing. 3 into first time into second time into third time will be the answer. Okay. So please do its second question as homework. And the question is, 28 cube plus minus 15 cube plus minus 13 cube. We know that minus 15 plus minus 13 is minus 28. Minus 28 plus 28 is 0. So here also a plus b plus c is equal to 0. So the answer will be 3abc. That is 3 into 28 into minus 15 into minus 13. So the answer of this question will be in plus because there are two minus. So 3 into a into b into c, 3 into 28 into minus 15 into minus 13, minus minus will become plus. Okay, do it as homework. Now question number 15. And question number 15. Give possible expressions for the length and breadth of each of the following rectangles in which their areas are given. I will explain after writing the question. Given area is equal to 25a square minus 35a plus 12. Okay. So what is the question? This is the area of a rectangle. How can this be the area of a rectangle? So this is another way of asking the question. If this algebraic expression is the area of a rectangle, what can be its length and breadth? We know that area of a rectangle is equal to length into breadth. So this question indirectly means you have to change it into L into B form. What do you mean by L into B form? Factorize. L into B means L and B are the two factors. Product means factors. So this question is nothing but factorize 25a square minus 35a plus 12 into two factors. One of that factor will be the length and the second factor will be its breadth, because area of a rectangle is length into breadth. So if we can factorize it and express in the form of L into B, the product of two things, that one thing will be its length and other will be its breadth. That means one factor will be the length, other factor will be the breadth. So it is simply to factorize it. Now, do you know how can we factorize it? It can be factorized by splitting the middle term method. For splitting the middle term method, because it is a 3-term polynomial with degree 2, first of all we can check whether it is in the form of a plus b the whole square or a minus b the whole square. That is also one possibility. But we know that it is not so. If it is a minus b the whole square, then the last term would have been something square. But it is not something square. So the second chance is splitting the middle term. For splitting the middle term, we have to find out two numbers whose product is, if I take that two numbers as not a and b, let us take p and q. So p into q equal to 25 into 12 equal to 300. P plus Q, sum is equal to minus 35. So listen, here the product of the two numbers is 300 and the sum is minus 35. Product is plus and sum is minus. Remember, both the numbers will be minus, because minus into minus is plus, minus plus minus is minus. In this type of question, suppose the product is too big, so that you are unable to get the number, if you are unable to find out the two numbers orally, then let me teach you another method for finding the two numbers. You take the product of the two numbers and factorize it. Okay, 2, 150, again by 2, 75 by 5, 25, again 5, sorry, 15, again 5, 3. So I have factorized 300 and I got these are the factors. Now in order to find the two numbers P and Q, you have to take all these factors in two groups. Two groups. They are to be taken in such a way that you have to make these 5 factors into two numbers so that their sum is 35. Here we know that both the numbers are minus, so forget about the minus sign first. Now make two numbers whose sum is 35 from these factors. 2, 2, 5, 5, 3. Can you? Yes, you can. What is 2 into 2 into 5? If you take till here, this is 2 into 2 into 5, 20. Now you take these two numbers, 5 and 3. 5 into 3, 50. 20 plus 15, 35. Both the numbers are minus. So what are the numbers? Minus 20, minus 15. Did you understand this method? So when the product is too big, you can use this method to find the two numbers for splitting the middle term. Factorize the product and group the factors into two numbers such that their sum is our required sum. So the numbers are minus 20, minus 15. So it can be written as minus 20a minus 15a plus 12. Common 5a. 5a minus 4. Here common minus 3. 5a minus 4. Now 5a minus 4 is common. What is left here? 5a and left here minus 3. So we could factorize it as 5a minus 4 into 5a minus 3. So one of them will be length and the other one will be breadth. We know that among 5a minus 4 and 5a minus 3, which one is bigger? 5a minus 3 is larger. So normally the larger one is taken as length and the shorter one is taken as breadth. So what can be the length here? 5a minus 3. But this is not possible in all the questions. In all the questions, after getting the two factors, you won't be able to say which one is greater and which one is smaller. In that case, you can leave any one as length and the other one as breadth. But here we know that 5a minus 3 is larger. So logically, this must be the length and this must be the breadth. Therefore, length is equal to 5a minus 3 and breadth is equal to 5a minus 4. This is the way of doing this type of question. It is simply a different type of question is made. You are given a polynomial, quadratic polynomial as the area of a rectangle and you are asked to change it into length and breadth. We know that length into breadth is area. So simply factorize it. You will get two factors. The larger one is length and the shorter one is breadth. Okay. Now there is one more question given. That is also a quadratic polynomial. This is area is 35y square plus 13y minus 12. Once again a quadratic polynomial. Factorize it by splitting the middle term. The larger one is length, shorter one is breadth. Now the last question, question number 16. Question number 16. There are three questions. What are the possible expressions for the dimensions of the cuboids whose volumes are given below? Very similar question. This time you are given the first one. You are given the volume of cuboid. The volume of a cuboid is given as 3x square minus 12x. 3x square minus 12x. What is volume of a cuboid? Volume of a cuboid is length into breadth into height. L into B into H. So in the same way that we did in the previous question, this time we have to factorize it into three factors. One will be length, second will be breadth, and third will be the height. Simple. 3x square minus 12x is to be factorized into three factors. It's a very simple question. As if there is no identity or nothing complicated to factorize it. The only possible way to factorize it is by taking common. What is common? 3x square minus 12x, 3x is common. What is left? X minus 4. 3x into x minus 4 means 3 into x minus 4. Is it? We got three factors. First factor, second factor, third factor. Therefore, length is equal to. Now, here we cannot say which one is bigger, which one is second bigger, and which one is shortest. Because 3x and x minus 4. Not possible. So, you can take any one as length, second one as breadth, and third one as height. So length is equal to 3, breadth is equal to, or you can write the length, breadth and height are. In particular we cannot say this is length, this is breadth. That won't be correct. Therefore length, breadth and height are 3x and x minus 4. It can be in any order. We can't say exactly this is length, this is breadth, this is height. Any one of these can be. But one thing is same, correct. 3x and x minus 4 will be the three dimensions of this cuboid. Exactly length, breadth, height is not possible to predict. Now in the same way one more question is given, and the second question is volume is equal to, second question, volume is equal to 12ky square plus 8ky minus 20k. 12ky square plus 8ky minus 20k. What is common? 12, 8 and 20, what is common? 4 is common. K is also common. So 4k into 3y square plus 2y minus 5. So actually we got three factors. 4 is one factor, k is the second factor, and this is the third factor. So you got L, B and H. Okay? Or there is one more possibility. If this can be further factorized by splitting the middle term method, then you may get two factors here also. Then you can take 4k as one factor. From here you will get two more factors. So it can be written as L, B and H. Two possibilities are here. Two answers are possible. Either you leave here. The three factors are 4. Second factor is k. Third factor is 3y square plus 2y minus 5. Or else you can continue. I don't know whether it is possible or not. If this can be further factorized by splitting the middle term, you will get two more factors here. In that case, you take 4k together as one factor. This and these are second and third factor. So that is the end of this exercise. That's all for today. So by this, we have completed the chapter polynomials. So please continue doing your works regularly. So thank you for watching this class. Take care. See you in the next class. Bye.